Today is bake day. I first preheat my oven to 475 with the Dutch ovens inside for about 30 to 60 minutes. When you dump the dough onto the parchment paper, the pretty side that you put face down yesterday into the bowl should now be right side up. I first sprinkle some rice flour on the bowl. My 5-month-old says, yes, use lots of rice flour. You'll want to take your scoring utensil. In this case, I'm using a bread lom, and all I'm doing here is just making a nice deep score. Nothing fancy, this just controls the rise of the bread or the oven spring. Without doing a deep score, your bread will decide on its own where it's going to break open. I'm not a fan of bunchy parchment paper inside my Dutch oven, so I learned this really cool trick on TikTok. You'll fold your piece of parchment paper into 4. That will leave you a folded side on the left and the top edge. You'll make a cut vertically starting at the bottom edge and then cut a quarter circle. So when you open it up, it should look like this. This makes really nice little pull tabs to take your bread out of the Dutch oven and keeps the excess parchment paper down. For this one, I'm going to do something a little bit fancier. I'm gently scoring this into 4 quadrants. I'm turning my work so it's always facing towards me. I'm just going to do little wheat florets on this one. And then I'm going to go back into my gentle scores and make these my deep cuts. I like to make sure that by the time the scoring is done, they are ready to go immediately into the oven. These will start with a 25-minute bake with the lid on. You'll see that I have my oven set to 500, but that's because I know the internal temperature of my oven is 25 degrees lower. After 25 minutes, you'll remove the lid. You'll drop the temperature down to 400. And these will go back in for probably another 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even a little bit longer. It depends on how crunchy you like your crust. When it's complete, you should have a nice golden crust, and another way to check is to use a meat thermometer and to see that the internal temperature is between 200 and 205. Oh my gosh, the smell with these was phenomenal. These were my 2 lemon blueberry loaves that I'd prepped the day before. My house smelled so good. Hope this helps, and happy baking!